So now you get on a flight back to do your exams now.
Yeah, back to do my exams. So
and then at this time, what are you studying in campus?
I was studying what? Journalism. Journalism
okay.
in mass media.
Okay.
Or mass communication. What is it called? Something like that.
Mass communication,
yeah. So I was doing that course in KIU at that time.
Yeah.
And
in Kenya, we used to call it Kenyans in Kampala because I know it had like so many Kenyans.
Yeah. I had a friend, by the way.
Yeah.
One of my best friends in KIU.
Yeah.
He was from Mombasa.
Yeah.
You know?
They had a lot of Kenyans in that
quite
school.
a lot. Derek. Shout out Derek, everybody get to watch this.
So what normally used to happen, as when you're in high school, if you flunked in your O levels, so because as you used to go to up to Form 4. So if you flunk, you're taken straight to Kampala to try maybe compensate and then for you to do A levels. Like that's in year 5 and 6. And then now you go back to like the Kenyan unis. But now most of them who used to come this side, they automatically transferred to KIU. So that even the guys who flunked in law school, that other side, they just come, do it in KIU, practice a bit, get certificates, and then go back. So to us, it was more or less like a deportation. You flunk. You're sent to Kampala. You're like, you guy, you have to be sent to Kampala.
I didn't even know that.
But that was amazing.
Yeah.
So even us, like who even like had desires, like would even flunk intentionally.
Intentionally.
So that you're taken to Kampala. Because we used to have like amazing stories about Kampala. I don't want to study in Kenya. I want to go back outside.
I won't lie. Kampala is a vibe. It's quite a vibe. And it has changed, by the way. Before COVID, even though I didn't experience it as much. For me, I had that luck, man. It was August. I came 2019. So I stayed August, September, October, November, December. And then January, around March when COVID started. So I didn't really get to experience the full, but at that time I could testify Kampala was different compared to how it is now. People really never used to sleep at that time. Honestly, they never used to sleep. And I was shocked when I came and found that there's more people at night than you find during the day. It's crazy. Because I used to live in Kansanga, because KU was just right there. And I would come out at like 11 p.m. and I'm finding people selling books, clothes, whatever. That's something you'll never see at home. You'll never see that. By 8, no one is on the streets. That's when now the ones who do the other type of life come out. And you can't be there at that time, Can't be there. So anyways, back to me arriving here for my exams, which I ended up doing. I think just
so coming back, how was the flight? The flight you didn't have.
No, I used Kenya Airways. That's my favorite. Kenya Airways. Shout out Kenya Airways. Those are my guys.
They should sponsor the show.
They should sponsor the show. But please, Kenya Airways, there are delays. We're tired of those delays. Those delays are too much sometimes. Like too much. But those are the guys I actually prefer using because I love passing through Jomo Kenyatta. That airport is really, really beautiful. Really, really amazing.
That's amazing.
So there is when I come here, and I think I spent about 2 months, and that's when my friend hits me up. He's like, "Man, there's an audition happening. I think you should try out." I'm like, well, "I'm not an actor. I'm a rapper." It's like, you never know, man. Just go try out. At that point, that's when I didn't have a definition of what is acting. I didn't even think I would become an actor. I knew I wanted to be a journalist, be in TV, but I didn't think I'd become an actor. So at that time, I even switched courses. I realized I don't want to be a journalist anymore. Because journalists get killed. I don't want to be doing that. So that's why I switched and I did visual effects and animation. I started doing that now. So from there, I had to now do that in Victoria University. So that's where I moved from KIU and I went to Victoria University. That's when I joined there to do that course.
So you just transferred the credits?
Just transferred. Just transferred. So from there, I'm doing the course. That's when I was still in Victoria when I get that audition thing. Because I think I joined around March intake. I joined the March intake. And then April, it starts.
Yeah.
I get the audition. I think the audition around March.
Yeah.
Get there. It was at Governor, some club called Governor here.
Yeah.
I get there, I see there's a lot of people, a lot of turnout. I didn't even know who all those people were at that time.
Yeah.
But they turned up to be my castmates, some of them. Yeah. So do my audition. I think what I'm doing there was acting. At least that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, I was shouting a lot. I thought shouting was acting. But shouting a lot. You better do that shit, man. So I don't know why the director loved me. It was Sadiq. Yeah. Sadiq was like, he said maybe he saw something in me, saw potential.
Yeah.
I get a call from the casting director, Justine, think about a week or so after. She's like, man, we have a role for you to play, Mason. We think you might execute it, but we're just going to see how you do at first.
Yeah.
So my first episode, I remember I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared shitless because I've never seen so many people in the room and cameras and lights and all that just focusing on me and all that. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. And
there's Malika, who used to be my co-star or my co-actress.
Yeah.
She was calm with it because she was already in it.
Oh yeah.
She had done season 1, she was in season 2, she was already, all those guys were just calm with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just there. I knew my lines, that's one thing I knew.
Yeah.
Lines, I always had them memorized.
Yeah.
But my acting was garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't lie about that. I was scared and I wasn't free, I was not used to all this limelight, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
It took time for me to actually adjust and feel comfortable behind the camera and behind other people there, actually forgetting that the sound guy is there, the lights guy is there, the camera guy is there, actually forgetting that those people are there. Because I was intimidated by them a lot at that time, really, really intimidated. There's the AD, props, all those guys, everyone, there's too many people there, they're all looking at you,
Yeah.
I couldn't understand how do people do that.
Yeah.
It took a couple of episodes. I started getting better. Started asking for tips from my co-stars. Simon Bass Kalema. He was a person who really helped. And Raymond Wishabiro, he also helped. And Cleopatra also. Cleopatra. Those are the people who really helped me better my craft.
Yeah.
They used to give me tips.
Yeah.
Used to give me tips, advice. Because we used to watch together the episodes.
Oh, okay.
And when my scenes would come, they would be like, man, let loose. You're stiff, man. A bit too stiff. Come down.
Yeah.
And it took time for me to come down. But eventually I got in the gist of it.
Yeah.
And I started feeling really free behind the camera.
Yeah.
I started feeling I didn't mind it anymore. Yeah. Actually, I wanted it now.
Okay.
I wanted it. I wanted the spotlight now. And it changed my life at that time because when I joined Prestige, I didn't know the impact it was going to do or have.
Yeah.
Because I used to walk in town, like, it's Mason.
Yeah.
And I used to ask Simon, people are starting to notice me. I don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know really how to absorb it. So just be cool and calm. If they want photos, take a photo. If they're saying hi, just, be cool, be humble and all that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember this one lady from Stanpink.
Yeah.
I was going to pay his school fees.
Yeah.
But I was still at school. I'm going to pay my tuition there. And this lady was giving me attitude the whole time.
Yeah.
Not understanding why, she's giving me attitude. Now, especially when she gives me my receipt, she's like, I don't like what you're doing to my Leica. She treats your girlfriend way better.
So that's the reason why.
I'm like, oh, wow. So that's the impact this thing is having on people. I didn't even know it was that deep. I didn't even understand that people actually watching.
It's just acting.
Like, people actually watching this.
Yeah.
And people are probably, noticing me here wherever I go. So now I realize that, okay, this is starting to become deeper than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So by the time now I'm getting to like my 200s.
Yeah.
But I started at like episode 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Episode 30, season 2, to like 240.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our breakup.
Yeah.
Me and my Leica there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that because it took a whole year from 2021 to 2022.
Yeah.
That's when I was just, busy up and down. And when I would fly back home, I had to come back immediately to come and shoot. Because I had to tell these guys, you'd be like, you know what, I'm going home for Christmas. It's December, man. I have to go home to see my family and all that. And they'd be like, I had to tell the writers prior, so that if they had anything that they wanted me to do before, because the schedule of DSTV time, you have to have things prior. So I'm like, if there's something you guys need me to do. There was a day where I shot, I think maybe 16 scenes or 17 scenes in one day. Because that was the day I was leaving. And they were like, man, you gotta do this, because if you leave, we won't get you again. I'm like, fine. So that day was just basically about me, and also Malaika also had to leave. She was going somewhere. I don't know where she was going. So we had to like focus on all those scenes that we are all involved in, and do them and bang them and finish them. That was the day I think I'd shot. I felt that I had worked after, I'd wrapped them. Today I've done something. Because normally I'd be doing like maybe 5 scenes. Maybe I'll do like 2, maybe I'll do 1, from time to time. So fast forward after Prestige, I'm home now.
And then are you shuttling with school or?
Yeah, I had to travel with school. It was hard. I won't lie. It was hard. To the point that I had to take a 3rd semester. I was forced to, actually. Because, the schedule comes out in the call sheet. They be like, man, we need you tomorrow. And I'm like, I have to go to school. And they're like, man, we need you tomorrow. So what are you going to do? And we really do need you. We're very paid location and all that. You have to be there. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, my mom didn't believe I was acting. Because I told her, by the way, Mom, I'm an actor. She's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Until I actually showed her now the episodes. They hadn't come out at the time. When I told her, I'm acting now. Like, that's cool, that's nice. Until I showed the episode, like, hey, you're really acting. It's like, wow, that's crazy, man. How are you even doing that? I don't know. This guy seemed to like me for some reason. And then when I came back home, my mom had told the whole neighborhood, my son is acting, he's in TV now, So I get home in 2021, December. The whole neighborhood knew. It's, here comes the boy from TV. What's up, man? Celebrity, superstar.
He was money.
It's like, wow. Everyone knows. Literally everyone knew. I'm like, damn. Mom told it.
And then you could get through DSTV on that side.
But on Showmax, I could watch it on Showmax. Because the channels, they're different.
Because
the channel, One Measure, Poor Magic Crime wasn't necessarily there. In SA, in that type of package. Like how some of the channels here in SA are not here. And some of the channels that are there, they're in Uganda.
Oh, so you only get it on Showmax?
It was there on Showmax. So that's how they would watch it. Watch on Showmax. So after that, I came back again in 2022 to continue the season around Jan. From there, I started again from episode 180, all the way up there. So after Prestige now, I think I was sitting like for 2-3 months until my friend is like, yo, I have a film I want to shoot, Matthew. And it was called Dilemma for Maya. That one, I was really more now behind the scenes. I was second AD and script supervisor, and I'm forgetting the other thing. But I was, and I had a small role. I was just a bartender. It's just a bartender, it's just a passing thing.
It seems you're good with bars, eh?
You can say that. So it was just and from there, 2023, I had another one. Kasozi Heights. Now, Kasozi Heights was different because I was somehow playing the lead. Wasn't necessarily the lead, but I was somehow playing the lead. And it was with one of my fellow Prestige actors. So, the chemistry was more like simpler. And that's where I first met Penny. Me and Penny, she played my sister in that movie, Kasozi Heights. We were playing a family. And then Cleo's daughter played my younger sister. I was the elder brother, and those were my 2 younger sisters.
And then this was a series also?
It was supposed to be a series, but it turned out to be a movie. So they just did it into a feature. And then it was quite interesting. it could have been done better.
Yeah.
My own perspective could have been done better. The editing,
the
acting was on par. We did our job. We delivered. I feel like on the editing part, a bit iffy.
Yeah.
So after that, I get a call now from a friend who is like Pan-African dating. They're like, man, they're looking for certain guys to go for a live dating show.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. I didn't go there looking for love. Let's just get this straight. I didn't go there looking for love. You went there looking for, for a good time. So they hit me up and they're like, just pull through to this location and it's going to be a blind dating of some sort. Now, that was the first one I did, which really, I think it got some good traction because, and on the comment section, the women hated me, the men loved me, The women, they call me.
What was the name of the show?
Names. Pan-African dating.
Oh, Pan-African dating.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was I think I did 2 episodes there. I did one in 2022, and then I did one last year, recently, which was more different. That one was more. So it was called. What is it called? Guess the Nyash by country or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, it was just girls coming. We would ask them questions, and they would turn around when we were trying to guess where they're from. From the answers they gave us. I got everything wrong. My friend, he got some correct. I got everything absolutely wrong.
You're good with bars, but not Nyash.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I couldn't guess the country. How do I guess the country, man? Anyways, just another story. Because some of them, they actually sounded. I think the influence of them living in Uganda made them now sound Ugandan. So most of the time when I'm saying Ugandan, I'm wrong. When I'm saying she's Kenyan, I'm wrong. When I'm saying all of that, I'm wrong. So that I didn't understand the whole dynamics of that. Just crazy. So fast forward now, just a couple of years. I don't know. I think we'll cut this. Are we allowed to talk about the wrong bride?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Okay.
How it goes.
Because are we?
I don't know. We shot it. Yeah. So you can just give a bit of the experiences. Yes.
All right. So the wrong bride happens also last year. I remember I went for the going for the audition was crazy. The story behind that, the audition. Mom's gonna watch this and be like, crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna say it. So I knew pretty well I had an audition. Following day. I decided let me go to the bar. To go to the bar. I go to the bar, I have a couple of drinks. It decides to rain. Heavy. And now I'm trapped. I can't go home. I have to stay at the bar now, whether I like it or not. And it rained all the way to 5 a.m. And I was there till 5 a.m. And I'm like, I can't go home now. And, sleep. Because if I go and sleep, I won't wake up. And I don't see the whole point of going home. So I made a brave decision. I said, I'm going
to the audition.
I waited for the sunlight to come. Like around 7. That's when I left. The way I think I was one of the first ones to arrive at the National Theatre. Stay waiting for these guys to come and set up, do the whole operation. But the thing that helped me when I did the audition, it was that audition now created the character for the wrong bride. Because originally the character that I played was not there. They had to write it.
That's a good acing in the audition.
The audition. I suppose I was oomphed. You know what I'm saying? I was oomphed, and all I wanted to do was just do this and go home and go to sleep because I had not slept the whole day, the whole day and the whole night. I just wanted to go home and sleep. But that audition led me to get a role. Instead of getting the other one that I was supposed to get that I can't mention. But now it was like, let's just create a new role. I just meant them. And that series it's coming. It's coming out pretty soon. Hopefully. Hopefully it comes out. And
can you say that it on UCC?
Hey, don't blacklist us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, so I actually enjoyed doing that role.
Yeah.
For a certain reason. All the roles I've played here, they demanded me to have a specific familiarity in Uganda.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To be familiar in a way. I couldn't really do the things that I know where I come from.
Yeah.
You know, I had to keep it toned to a place where people understand what I'm saying and what I'm doing and all of that.
Yeah.
That one gave me the chance to, you know, be not really me, but to like be a person that represents a different culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I enjoyed doing that role. I had fun actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had so much fun. Because I was just imagining so many characters in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so many characters in my head, and some of my friends also I borrowed from them, you know, just to bring the character and make it solidified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fast forward, during the same time. Fast forward during the same time is when now I get to do Juakali.
Yeah.
I already auditioned for Juakali, I think at around same time. No, after. I auditioned and they called me back. I was hoping to get the lead, but I understood why I couldn't get the lead, you know. Certain dynamics didn't allow for me to play the lead. Yeah, it didn't allow certain dynamics. So like, man, if you don't mind playing, you know, the heavy, the muscles, like, cool, do it, man. Upon shooting, I was really excited because we went for the training, you know, the fight scenes.
Yeah, the stunts. That was a really amazing Western.
Yeah. So we had to like get those stunts on you know, on the training basis. We didn't train much. Okay, I didn't go for all of the trainings. I'm not saying we did that. It's me. I didn't come for all of them. Some of the guys went for all of them. But I just understood the assignment. How hard is it to die? You know? They had to kill me there. They had to kill me with my own knife. Cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. I actually enjoyed doing Juakali. Shout out to Nersky, by the way. Shout out to Nersky for that.
I really hope they get to do a feature.
Yeah. I really hope so, you know. Because I believe he can actually do it. He can kill it.
Yes.
Yeah. He can really make it brilliant.
Because I felt the stories were more crumbled up. Because it was a short.
Yeah.
But if it was a feature,
wow, man.
you could like get a bit more backstories and
it was gonna be really great because you know, Juakali still has the element to be a feature.
Yes.
It still has the element to be a feature.
Everything.
Very, very best movie. I think they're one of the best movies I've done so far, or short films.
A Western in this part of the world is...
I enjoyed also shooting there. And I enjoyed going on a vacation because we went somewhere in Mabira to shoot that scene where we are... Well, the exterior scenes, ne? The exterior scenes now were shot in Mabira.
Okay.
And we had to go to some forest just by Ginger. Somewhere, I think I'm mistaken, somewhere around there. So getting there was pretty nice. You know, seeing just trees for the first time in a long time, seeing just trees and no people and all of that, you know. So that's what you get there. And being in the fields and also that dog. The dog was a very good companion.
So did you have like an animal wrangler or how was the dog trained?
So the dog there was there was a person in charge of the dog.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a person who actually was in charge of the dog, but it was a friendly dog. Very, very, very friendly.
Okay.
It did not hesitate to bite or any. I mean, he didn't want to bite anybody and all that. But to get some of the shots, we needed now to trick it because it's an animal. You know, you need to get some of those shots that we needed that are actually now in the
film.
We had to trick it a bit, make it angry, so you can actually get it to bark. But that was a challenge.
It was. Yes,
it was a challenge.
It was
a challenge, but eventually it came out looking clean. And it came out looking good. Very good. And that was around the same time because it was August. So when we were doing rehearsals for that other show, I was now shooting Juakali.
Post Juakali, post The Wrong Pride, and post your debut film. Have you also maybe like featured in another series like your premiere series?
No. No. To be honest, also like I'm seeing there's been a halt in Kampala, in like how the series are being distributed.
Yeah.
So far. Yeah. There's not as much series running as there used to be at that time or a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Now I think there's just 2 running in Power Magic Prime.
Yeah.
That are not repeats, you know. Yeah. Because most of the others are just repeats.
Yeah.
You know, Prestige have been repeating, I don't know for how long. Sanyu and all of that, you know.
Yeah. So, even Sanyu is just repeats?
Yeah, it's just repeats because they ended. Yeah. So it's just, I think, Crossroads and Damalai. No, it's Crossroads now because Damalai also ended. Because it's only one running. You know, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there's one running. Yeah. So it's really, I'm not understanding what's happening at the moment, but it's hard to to break in now because there's very less opportunities happening at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to see what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you also get to finish like your animation?
Yeah. I'm actually working on that. Yeah, I'm working on that.
Okay.
Yeah, working on finishing that because it's a bachelor and it's been a rough journey.
Yeah,
it's been a rough journey, I won't lie.
Yeah.
But I'm working on actually solidifying and finishing it and getting my certificate.
Okay.
And I'm actually moving on. That's why I'm actually practicing these things I'm learning to work.
For your dissertation and stuff. Yeah. Pretty much helped. So how has it been now, not like just navigating the creative industry now in Kampala, like as a foreigner and also like just handling bills, associating with people? How has life been?
Yeah. It's been tough.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, man. You know, I had to learn how to become a man here very, very quick and at a young age.
Yeah.
Because me coming alone here as a foreigner already now, I'm my own man.
Yeah.
And I have to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
And my decisions have consequences and actions.
Yeah.
So if I don't deliver, or let's say I don't pay rent or I don't do something like that, I am the one who's going to feel that pinch.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I have to make sure everything is on order.
Yeah.
I have to make sure I have money for bills. I have to make sure I have money for outing, or if I have money for food, I have money for all that.
Yeah.
And all of it has to align. You know? Everything has to be aligned to a proper way that I don't get backlash for my own self. So first I have to tame my own self.
Yeah.
And then after taming my own self, and then now I can do anything. You know? It's just now basically realizing that I can't get everything I want.
Yeah.
Nah, can't get everything I want. I just have to be responsible. That word. Hey, responsibility
has been a crazy one.
It's been a crazy one, man. And getting responsibility and actually learning responsibility is crazy, man.
And now language, how you're able to navigate like language and also maybe like source for work?
Yeah, it was also a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm not fluent.
Yeah.
But I can understand now Uganda.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
That I can't speak it, but I can understand when people speak with me.
Yeah.
You know? I can respond in English.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm navigating now, when I'm going with the border guys or I'm going to the market, I'm forced to speak Uganda.
Yeah.
Because you know here, when you speak English, price goes up.
Yeah.
So I have to now speak Uganda.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. Yeah. You know, when I go to the markets and everything. Because there's a time where I was going to buy tomatoes. And I asked how much. She said 3,000 for 2. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know? 3,000 for 2, only because I asked in English.
Yeah.
Then this guy next to me is like, you know? And he's like, bitano. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, 500.
Yeah.
Only because I spoke English. Now the price went higher. So I had to learn that. It's like, when trading here and moving specific parts, avoid speaking English.
Yeah.
Avoid speaking English at all costs because speak English, price goes up. Price goes up.
Yeah. Kind of conflicting because like they normally like also speaking English. Like apart from Uganda, they
it's the way I speak, the accent and all that. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think my accent is just the one that says, you're not from here.
Yeah.
You know, you're not from here immediately.
Yeah.
So I try and speak in different accents sometimes, you know, depending on who I'm speaking with, you know.
Yeah.
Because when I'm speaking with people who are not around my circle, I have to change the way I speak.
Yeah.
I have to slow down.
Yeah.
I have to even put that African accent at it, you know what I'm saying? Just so you can actually understand.
Yeah.
Because I've had that barrier here where I come and talk and they just look at me like, what?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I want, what? You know?
Yeah.
I realized I had to slow down. Maybe I speak too fast.
Yeah.
We speak too fast where we come from. So I had to now slow down. Yeah. Slow down and pronounce words the way they are actually.
Okay, yeah.
Word for word, letter for letter and everything. Then you'll be understood or you'll be understood. That's one of the things I had to learn. Language barrier when I came here was something that really, really was a problem. Yeah, it was a huge, huge problem. But after the years I spent here, now I can actually navigate. I can go anywhere here in Kampala and still not fear. Because I know I'm going to be using the same language or the same words, few phrases that I know.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then now, like, also, or let's say, like, you're a foreigner, how has it been, like, navigating, like, relationships? And, cause they're like, these guys are foreigner, I have a free ticket to down south.
Yeah, even that one was a battle. Yeah, from the moment I got into KAU, girls just wanted to stick around me because they thought I had money. They just the only thing, they're like, this guy's from the down south, man, he has money. And maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows?
Because even the exchange rate for rand and
that time it was beautiful. Before COVID, it was amazing, man. The exchange rate. Before COVID, nigga, I had money there. I did actually have money, but the exchange rate when I used to get money from home. And because I could make an example, my mom used to send like 2,000 rand, right? And 2,000 rand at that time was about equivalent of 600 and 650 right? Now that same 2,000 rand now is like what, 350, 390 or something like that. So you see that like depreciation of value is like I really, really lost a lot of money. So that time, I would say the exchange rate was very favorable to me. And that's why I came here. Because of the exchange rate. I knew that when I get money from home and I come here, I would have money. I would have a lot of money. But it was also something I had to learn how to manage the money. How to manage the money. It was a time where I blew a lot of money. I didn't even understand how. Where did it go? Took the math and math was not mathing. I'm like, where is the money? Where did it go? I understood that the currency here in Kampala is different. And me, I'm thinking with the mentality of home. That was it was killing me. That's why money would finish quickly. You know? Like, that's when I started moving with the forex calculator. Started moving with it everywhere I go. Everything I buy now, I'm actually typing in to get the specific amount of money I'm spending in rands. That's what used to kill me because I never used to know how much am I spending. And I think it's nothing. You know? Next thing you know, bank account there's nothing. I'm like, where's the money? Big problem, man. So now the girls, they thought now I have money because I used to use my card a lot. I never used to like withdrawing. So everywhere I would go, I would like,
card.
Tap in. And the problem also using a card is that here in Kampala, not so many people use, especially in shops over here.
They don't use card.
So that's when I said I had to withdraw. I started moving with cash. I think one of these guys, I was going to withdraw for school fees. Right? For tuition. And it was just a bank here called UBA in Kansanga. I was going to withdraw there. And unfortunately, I had a crowd. So now as I'm coming out with cash, now people are thinking that's my money, but it's tuition money. It's like parents' money to pay school. So like, it's guy, man. Spoiling. Look at how much he's carrying there and all that. They're not knowing that all this money is going there to pay for school. I think that maybe could have set a bad image on what they thought I was. That maybe I'm that guy, like I carry dollars or something. So I had to set the record straight. I'm not that guy. I am this guy, I don't do those favors, man. The woman here really wanted to take advantage of me. When I was still fresh. And I understood why. Even the guys, same thing, because I didn't really know my place. I didn't know anything. It took me time to actually get settled and understand the dynamics of where I'm at. Took really, really, I think a couple of months for me to like settle down and actually understand Kampala now.
Yeah.
It took a couple of months. Because the first few months were just, horrendous, man. Yeah.
So do you really feel that you want to go settle back home, or just want to make this home?
I think I have to go back home.
Yeah.
Because I've done what I have to do here.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I was going to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I've done it either way.
Yeah.
It's like I'll come back.
Yeah.
You know, whenever people need me for projects and all that, I can come back.
Yeah.
But I want to go home also and like start a foundation with what I've learned here, what things are the skills I've gotten and everything that I know so far. Yeah. I want to like go there and also help them and start a foundation of what I know there. No. Who knows? Maybe I can actually, get funding, or maybe I can get a certain partnership, sponsorships, I can never really know unless I go there and actually talk with people and find out what's up, where are we in this level playing, I have to go back home, man. Like I really have to. I don't mind coming back here and for a couple of projects for vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
But home is where the heart is, man, I miss my folks, I miss my mom, miss my dad, my sister, I miss my brother and all of that. I have to go back home.
How's the film industry on that side?
Film industry.
To go there and start all over.
I really don't know what to expect, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't know what to expect. But from what I'm seeing so far, it's like it's picking up. It looks like it's picking up. Because there's a show there, it looks like a Shaka Zulu thing, right? It's called Bagangwan. Really, really, it looks dope. Really looks dope. It has that same setting, that historic thing. No phones, no words, no English and all that. It has that same setting, talking about the story of now, Swaziland. So that one actually looks kind of cool. Actually, it is cool. It looks cool. So I think it's picking up.
Have you tried to get in touch maybe with like the producers?
Not as of yet, because I don't want to make empty promises when I don't know what lies ahead of me. I'd rather talk to them when I get home, knowing that I'm here now. Let's just do this now. Than for me to say, I can come. The next thing is like, man, pull up. And then I can't pull up. It's not going to be very professional. So I have to make decisions when I know I'm sure. This can work.
And music?
Music, by the way, music. Music, I'm coming up with something very, very amazing. Very, very amazing. I'm coming up with let me say it. I have a mixtape on the way. And my mixtape is encompassing Venek. I'm rapping in Venek. I'm not rapping in English most of the time. I have verses in English, but I feel like the hit songs that people are gonna like, the one's gonna be in Venek. And I'm just encompassing the South, because my music is really targeting there, but it's
the South,
it's targeting everybody. If you're a fan of music, language shouldn't be a barrier.
For sure.
Shouldn't be a barrier. So music, I'm definitely cooking something up, and I think it's gonna be really, really, really dope, really, really amazing. Because when I listen to myself, I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
It's amazing. Produced here, like how the studios?
The studios here, they're actually quite good. I won't lie. They're up to standard. Very, very, very good. Just that they're a bit expensive. You can agree on that, especially when you want the best quality. Some guy told me for a studio session, 1 hour, it's 1 million. What? 1 million for 1 hour? That's crazy, man. And it doesn't even come with the mixing and mastering. That's just for you to record. So I'm imagining now for mixing and mastering, probably
it has to.
So that's already 2 million just for recording. Then you have to do music video.
Yes, for sure.
You have to market, pay ad campaigns, and all of that. So already you're looking at a budget of 4 million to work with him.
Even close to 5.
Even close to 5 plus. It's too much, especially for a person who doesn't have a steady income like that. 5 million is a lot of money.
It is.
It's a lot of money. Talking about thousands of dollars, man. That's what 5 million is. Thousands of dollars. It's too much money. But music, something coming up. Definitely cooking something up. And this is now my intro to the world, because I've also rebranded myself. I've changed. I used to call myself Paradox. Now my name is Nsimbi. There's a reason for that.
Going back to...
I'm going back to my roots.
What does it mean?
Nsimbi means metal. Yeah, because I'm the hardest
hitting
guy.
hard.
I'm hitting hard. I'm the hardest guy. Man,
I think this is like a soft launch pad to you going back home and then just
because really I wouldn't say I'm moving calculated, but I'm just trying to make these calculations happen. I'm trying to make things happen. I'm seeing opportunity. In some things, gaps there. I'm seeing people doing it. I'm like, it's possible. It's possible for me to also do it my way. Because the change from Insane is now me rebranding to my culture. And also it comes from my dad, because my dad is a what you call a boil maker. Works with metal a lot. So I've grown up around metal. It's one thing that is prominent at home. When you come home, is we have just a lot, abundance of metal. So when I thought about it, like, man, I'm my heart is metal, and I come from metal. And that's when I was like, Insane. And I came out with that. I'm Insane, bro. And that's how now I put myself out there. I push myself out there like that, because now I'm trying to take Insane as a brand. That's something I didn't do for Paradox. Now I'm trying to do this for Insane, take them as a brand. And do everything that I have to, in order for me to be seen by necessary people.
It will be such an amazing launch pad, and even if you have to get, I'd say maybe let's say like even producers back home, just start to do like ad campaigns and stuff, and just make it big, like showbiz. Even if you get those dancers or do like your own read festival, and let just guys come receive you at the airport. They're like,
we used to have a beautiful festival for hip hop. It was called Hypnotic. Hypnotic. It was brought by a fellow Swazi Sakile Nkambule. It used to happen every year around second term, because I was still in high school and I was attending those things. And it was just a festival that brought rappers from South Africa. Okay, the biggest lineup were South African guys, but it also opened a platform for Swazi rappers. Because they would bring the AKAs, the Caspers, the Nasty C's, and all of that for like a 2-day festival. Just rappers, we just going crazy on stage. You just seeing this guy was wilding. Damn, man. Crazy, that's what actually now even inspired all these other things, the rapping in me and all of that. You see that it's possible, because watching Nasty C on stage, it was through to him. Watching AKA on stage, it was through to him. Sakile Ngambu, they're bringing these guys here, and actually creating a platform for us Swazis to see that, it's possible. It's looking possible.
It would be good to sell it big. You're like, you guys are taking Swazi international, and have like a few collabs, a few drops. It will be massive.
That's exactly what I'm
hoping. And then even do maybe like an event, even if it's like a listening party, just a few activations here and there to just help spice it up.
That's true. Oh, and by the way, the African monologue. The African monologue is really,
challenges.
It's putting the country on the map. Because I'm the first to represent Swaziland, like ever. Like to even come close to like that. Because I had an interview with like Swazi TV or Swatini TV. And they actually wanted to ask me about that. Like, man, what you doing there in Kampala first off? And how are you getting all these things there? And I explained to them the whole thing, the whole concept of acting, it's what brought me here, where I am today. And they're really cheering me on to get to the top 10. Because right now, it's what, like top 35? And I'm still like waiting, man. Because every 2 weeks, what I've noticed the pattern, 5 people go. Or are evicted. Every 2 weeks. So I think this Sunday is probably going to be another live eviction. So I'm gonna find out my fate. If I'm still in it. But I believe I'm still in it because I'm gonna get to top 10, bro.
You have to. Most
I have to, man. I have to. Have to.
But that's so amazing, like putting things on the lifeline. Because I also feel like we share a bit of that echoing. Because I've been based in Nairobi a lot. But now, ever since the year started, I think it's just been like a paradigm shift. I'm like, because my initial podcast was supposed to be like dynamic unplugged or dynamic conversations. Then I'm like, where do you come from? Like, you come from Homa Bay. Why don't you do something about Homa Bay? And not just make it for the locals and for the people there, but make it go like international and just do things and just make it have conversations and things that can go back. So you just always feel just doing back home, even like the proposals that I'm doing, at even like bring in film forums, bring in film projects, and also just making sure that people can also like feel appreciated. Like, you guys, what do you know about Homa Bay? Just this small town near the lake area. Can you even just go and do films on that side? Can we go do podcasts by the lake? Can you just go and do film trainings and master classes on that other place? Because it also feels good to also just give back to the community. Like, you have a wealth of wisdom. Why don't you also take it back and impact on someone's life as also your life has been impacted?
I think that's very important to do. That's one of the reasons I actually do want to go back home. To actually now implement what I've learned here. Because I can guarantee the two different lifestyles from Swaziland and Kampala or Uganda are completely different. And what I've learned here, it can also help me to think in a different way. Compared to how a typical Swazi would think. You know, I bring innovation to it. Do it this way instead. You know, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it that way, but just innovation is what sells. And sometimes really you do need to put your neighborhood, wherever you come from, out there.
Yes, for sure.
You really must make it known, because I always put it in my songs. I rap about my neighborhood. You know, like, because in Kamga, now look at the language switch up now. Do that. I come from a white city. White city, Mochani. That's like the neighborhood I come from. And I always put it in my songs. I always reference it so that people who are from there can also feel proud. You know? Like, oh, there's people talking about my neighborhood and all that. Because I've seen even the rappers and everything. You gotta give back to the neighborhood. You gotta go back to the neighborhood. Because that's the people who you grew up with. And the people who made you. Who you are, the ambitions you have, all these other things that made you to get here. Driver's seat, basically. I feel like they were the passenger as I'm driving. You know, like giving me the oomph, the motivation
to move.
You know, gotta put them back on the map. And whoever's open to work, you know, probably I'm gonna drop my Instagram right here.
Link in bio and everything.
Link in bio. You'll find it. Just hit me up. Hit me up. I'm down for anything, man.
Because I also feel like with this like wealth of wisdom and the things that you've garnered along this journey, like moving from home, come to Kampala, have interaction, a brief stop in Kigali, in SA, in Nairobi, like all this wealth of wisdom and collaboration is just a wealth of things. Even the collaboration that you did with The Wrong Bride, where you have actors from Tanzania, some from Kenya, Nigeria, like it's just a Pan-African, Pan-African way of looking at things, and also believe like even your music wouldn't sound the same because it has all these elements to it, and now taking it back home, and then just even being part of the African Monologues Challenge is just something that's really huge that takes it across the board.
No, I'm grateful. I think it's about time, and I thank God. You know, I'm grateful for God for all these opportunities. You know? Because me, I never thought my life would end up here. I couldn't even dream about it at that time, because I can't even explain it. You know, things just started happening, happening. Wow, this is crazy. Like all this blessings being given in disguise. Because sometimes, you know, things go wrong, but when they go wrong, I feel like God is like preparing me for something.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because I always say, like, I don't suffer for nothing. When I'm suffering, or when I'm in pain, or when I'm in agony, something's coming. And that something's coming is going to be huge. That's like my motto, basically. Every time things don't go right, I know there's a reason this is happening. There's a reason, because I've read so many success stories, and no one, unless if you were born from a silver platter, made it from just, you know, happiness only. There was a struggle. And that struggle is what is needed to make diamond.
Have there been moments where you just felt like, you know what, man, I'm calling it quits?
Trust
like,
me, I was very close, actually. It was my mom who talked me back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a couple of years later, earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ready to pack up and go, man.
Yeah.
Ready. I was like tired. I just want to go.
Yeah.
Tell my mom. I called her mom. I'm thinking I'm booking a flight ticket. I'm coming home.
Yeah.
It's like, for what? I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore. You know, it's too much happening, so much pressure and all of that.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, relax. Chill. Yeah. I know you're feeling like you're alone because really you are alone.
Yeah.
But remember, we're always here for you.
Yeah.
If you ever have problems and all that, just call.
Yeah.
Call us.
Yeah.
That's the only time, we can get in touch.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because that's what she said. I don't know what's happening with you and what you're going through and everything. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Just keep on praying, keep on being strong.
Yeah.
And you eventually you see you'll reap what do they say? English.
Yeah.
You'll reap the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually you reap the fruits of your labor. But sometimes I won't lie, my mom has been my backbone when I'm in a dark place.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm in a dark place or when I'm in a place where I just see nothing but just darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to call her, even my dad. The time when my dad helped me through a lot of stuff. Because, when I'm going through this stuff, I don't know who else to talk to.
Yeah.
Someone who really understands me and knows me.
Yeah. Yeah.
When there's it feels like literally going to your parents and just being there,
Yeah.
Sometimes just having them around can make your day better.
Yeah.
Just having them here, seeing them, talking to them, hearing their voice, can sometimes just uplift your spirit and make it all better. Because it's not like it's easy living here all alone.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I have no one to go to when things go wrong.
Yeah.
I have no one to cry to when I'm on my lowest.
Yeah.
I have no one to give me a pat on the shoulder and tell me it's going to be okay, all that. That's all the challenges that I would have to go through and through this other side of Kampala.
Yeah.
There's been all these good things, but there's also been bad things that happened, and I needed to stay strong for myself. Yeah, for myself. I need to stay strong for myself.
Oh, what are those one thing or things that really kept you going?
Kept me going?
Yeah. With the parents also involved and also personally.
It's my motto. That nothing bad happens for a reason, for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That motto is, I say it a lot. It's my mantra whenever I need strength for something.
Yeah.
Like, this is not happening for no reason. Can't be going through this for no reason.
Yeah.
Keeps me going.
Yeah.
And keeps me gives me oomph.
Yeah.
To go out there and talk to people, network and all that.
Yeah.
Because without that, I probably would have fallen into many traps,
Yeah.
I've had friends who have fallen into drugs. And I'm not just talking about light drugs, I'm talking about serious drugs. Yeah. We have fallen into that and they've never come back ever since. And that was back then when I was still in KIU.
Yeah.
Shame what happened to him.
Yeah.
He was a very smart kid, man. I don't know what this problem was, because we didn't speak about it.
Yeah.
But we just saw him now doing, those heavy drugs. And bit by bit, started losing himself, started selling everything he had, started robbing us just so he could get a fix.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that, because mom taught me better, and I'm grateful for mom for that. She taught me better not to do those drugs,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't do things.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't do those drugs.
Yeah.
Those are drugs.
Yeah.
Proper drugs.
Yeah.
And it was my first time actually experiencing somebody let me just say it. He was doing heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was doing proper heroin.
Yeah.
And he used to smoke it like crack.
Yeah.
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 He used to have the pipe and all that.
Yeah.
And I just saw his life diminish.
Yeah.
As he smoked and smoked and smoked and smoked and smoked.
Yeah.
And eventually, I don't even know who he is now.
Yeah.
Because he went off the radar.
Yeah.
He started living on the streets. He was a smart kid, man. He was really, really smart. He just fell into the wrong crowd. Now that's the other thing that also happened to me here. I've fallen into the wrong crowd from time to time. People who have robbed me, people who doing things for no reason, people who want to see me down. It was me just trying to get my foot in Kampala there.
Yeah.
That's when I fell into the wrong group or the wrong crowd. Because I don't think those were really my friends. They were just people who were pretending to be my friend or milking me at the side, Upon realizing that, I had to make a switch up.
Yeah.
I had to change, because if I'm going to be chilling with people here alone and I'm going to be having friends, I can't be having friends like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up, becoming like them or worse.
Yeah.
So I had to switch up.
Yeah.
And I had to now find better friends.
Yeah.
Friends who actually build me. Now, the friends who actually took me to this position that I am today. People who are talking about things that I need, not things that they need.
Yeah.
We're all building each other here.
Yeah.
So I feel like also being in the right group of friends can help you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're in the wrong group of friends, like I have this famous saying, show me your friends.
And they'll show you who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to understand that as well. And make the right decisions. Hey, it's hard to make the right decisions when you have no guidance.
For sure.
Yeah. It's very, very hard because you don't know what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
When you have no guidance, you have no one to consult you. Can I do this or not? You just have to make a decision for yourself now. Yeah. And it's hard when it's hard because if you make the wrong decision, you have no one else to blame.
You're screwed. Yes.
But you have to own up to your own mistakes. I think that's one thing that it taught me here living alone.
Yeah.
Living here in Kampala, just to own up to my shit.
Yeah.
Own up to myself.
Yeah.
Like really put myself first, because if I don't, no one else will.
Yeah.
Yeah. People here, we might be friends, but they have families. They have friends other that they know. They have other people that they know, Like they're not in the same situation as I am.
Yeah. And then they're home. Like if anything messes them up.
Yeah. They can go home.
It's just a bus or a few places away
if I
from
mess
home.
up,
I'm
on my own, man.
Yeah.
I have no one to go to help me.
Yeah.
Some friends, they are there to help me, but I can't rely on them all the time.
Yeah.
I also have to make things happen as a man.
Yeah.
I can't just be idle and chilling and do things and see what works and see what doesn't.
Yeah,
I think that's the only way you can really know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And I understand now when our parents talk harsh about the things that they have. Like, you don't know how hard I fought to get this thing. I understand now. I actually feel that thing. Like, people go through a lot of stuff to accomplish what they have.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So I'm just grateful for having support from my parents, because they've really supported me, especially my mom,
Yeah.
She's really supported me, and she's my number one fan,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my number one fan. She's also supporting me, the African monologue, she's going crazy about it. It's, my son. All that. She's my number one fan, and I really appreciate that about her. Yeah.
And now looking back to your younger self, what did you tell your younger self?
With your friends. Yeah. I was gonna tell my younger self, ditch those friends I used to roll with at the time. Yeah. They only made things worse for me and my family and my parents, basically. They separated us. Not like I didn't have anything to do with it, but I felt like if I was with the right people, I wouldn't have the bad influence or peer pressure to do certain things that I didn't even want to do them. It's just peer pressure, adolescent stage where now you just want to look cool for your friends. Ditch your friends, find others. Because maybe if I had others, I wouldn't have gone through whatever happened of my parents, Yeah.
Pretty much. So this one is like a 2-in-1.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to see change? It can be in Africa, it can be globally. And also, tied to that is, if you had a blank check, what would you change?
If I had a blank check?
Yeah, blank check.
So I had all the money,
all the money in the world.
First of what I would change is I'll get some new kicks for myself.
Yeah.
Get some new kicks for myself. Auntie, I have a blank check. I can just, do the small things. So I get my new kicks.
Yeah.
Then what I would do is start a production company.
Yeah.
And my production company is going to be aiming at focusing on uniting Africa. Yeah. So I won't just have, if I have a series, I won't have a series that's just focused on, or let me make example, Uganda or South Africa. Or I'll have a series that focuses everywhere. In Africa. I want to cut out Western influence and all that because they don't really help us as much. So they do, but they don't really help us as much when it comes culturally in our own foundation, in our own African English God. African authenticity. That's the one.
Authenticity. Yes.
That's the one. I would love to encompass, working with countries like Morocco, Egypt, have, Congo, have all that. Have just a whole foundation of Africans in one.
Yeah.
In one.
Yeah.
And if I do have the blank check to do that, it would be very easy. Because it would be easy for me to call a Congolese writer, write about Congolese people.
Yeah.
And try and incorporate in the modern time. Try and cooperate with other countries, have writers from everywhere in Africa, and we'll make a killer series.
For sure.
Yeah, we make a killer series.
May it come to pass. Not even may it come to pass. This has to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really has to be done.
So if you guys are listening, that's an idea right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Because it will be the biggest thing.
Yes.
It will be the biggest thing to ever come out.
Yeah.
It will be bigger than like most Western influential films,
Yeah.
It will be big.
Yeah.
Because we don't know about other countries here in Africa. We know a lot about London. We know a lot about America. We know about those countries because that's what we see in the movies.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. It's just speaking. Yeah. Oh, but it's this has been an amazing one. I think it's gonna be my premiere, man. It should be, but this is one of my best. This is one of my best because it's actually taking me back to what I studied in campus, because I studied communication presentation and just doing just media production. But from campus, I've just been always behind the scenes. The entire time. I think it's been like 10 years now. I've just been
10 years.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. While I was finishing, I think my campus, I think it's when when did I finish? You guys finished Kitambo. It's actually been more than 10.
It's been more than 10.
Yeah. I think actually even in primary school, because I finished my uni in 2011.
Yeah. So to put it clear where I was in 2011, I remember very vividly.
Yeah.
I was in grade 5.
Imagine.
Yeah. I was in grade 5 primary.
Imagine. When I was finishing uni, I'm like done my undergrad.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. 2011 is when I did my undergrad. Yeah. So like, imagine like, now looking back, that's where maybe now the wheels turn, and then you're like, okay, now you can actually be doing this. Because like all my life, this is actually what I should be doing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you need that, what do I call it? That kick.
To just go do it.
Just go do it. Yeah. Just go do it.
Yeah, like for this year, like what has happened in like, I'd seen like 3 months, I'm like, where was I in like all my life? These are the things that I should be doing, like like the love last year but one. But it was like also maybe time. Because like the proposals, the pitches and the things. And then also most of the times I used to send people, you go help me write this script, help me produce this, help me put up this pitch deck. You guys, it takes ages. It reached January, I'm like, you know what? Just went home, Homa Bay, locked up myself. I'm like, for this particular month, I just want to do proposals. I just want to do my own scripts. I just want to do my own pitch decks. And that's what it has been.
I think
I'm like, you know what? Because I was waiting for, I need an extra camera. I need this kind of lights. I need this.
And you're
waiting, things are not come. I'm like, you know what? Whatever that camera is, that's where we'll place it. We'll record. We'll do our own stuff. And then just go. Because at times maybe you wait for like those moments and times, and they really don't come across. Even the opportunity doesn't always come.
There's one thing I've gotten to acknowledge and learn now. And I was told by one of my friends, a very wise guy. I was like, man, there's no such thing as perfect time. It never will be as the perfect time. Perfect thing or the perfect whatever. Doesn't exist. Because what you consider perfect to somebody else considers trash. And you don't really, you're perfect is not everybody's perfect. So why don't you just do what you do? And just let it happen.
Just do it and then let it
happen,
flow.
Man. Let it flow. Because you don't really know. What if you're perfect? What if you think your trash at doing it's perfect to somebody else? Because perfection is just really a word that should be erased from the dictionary, actually.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing such as perfect. Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never will be.
Yeah.
Never will
be. Yeah, because
I
even thought like when I was like, it was, I think this year has been like my lowest. So I was like, I need to start this. Then I pitched to a few friends of mine. I'm like, you guys, help me do a logo, help me do a design. You get 3 weeks later, nothing. I was like, you know what, God, you guys, let me just go online, see whatever I can make.
You know?
Yeah. And then just flow with it. And then, they're in, like when you flow and then you just start doing things, then things just align. Yes. And then I was like with the story in the Bible, the story of the 10 lepers. I'm like, you guys, if you're here, we're still gonna die. If we go there and you're killed, at least you're still gonna die and then we'll die as heroes. So, like you're here, you're broke. You're like, you guys, instead of just staying on bed and sleeping the entire time, why don't we just do something? Just press the camera there, record, wherever it goes. And then I just got there, even got like a small script, and then I didn't even have actors. I started looking for actors I could get. I just went, and then because it was a battle of like religion or something, so I went found out a pastor. Then like, you guys, I want to use your church and I'll use you. So here is the script. You can even actually read and just do close-ups. I went got someone as an actor, placed them, record. With that, I think it's now in post-production. I did even like 2 short films. I was like, you guys, it's possible. You can do it. Continue writing, continue pitching, just go with the flow. Yeah, and then you're here now, imagine.
Funny thing about, like, I don't know if I'll say the universe about life is that it works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, for sure.
It moves in ways that you as a person can't understand. Even me, I can't understand. What the hell? How? And so many questions.
Yeah, because did you ever know you'd be in Uganda or you were in in primary school?
Hell no. Especially in primary, what was I thinking of? Nothing of importance. Probably thinking about toys. Girls. Nothing of importance that's going to add my life and whatever. Because really, for me to start switching up, I had to come here. I believe like coming here I had to come here. I can't really explain why. But like, I felt like I had to come here. To actually start something or solidify something. Because I feel like now I'm approaching a second phase in my life where I have to now, I don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm just going to follow my intuition. Because my intuition most of the time, it's never wrong. It's what I listen to most of the time. I really listen to my gut. I trust my gut a lot. It's never wrong most of the time. It's just now human belief. Because, as humans, we have a battle in our mind. We have too many things happening in there, just, when your gut says this, your mind will tell you, nah, there's a reason that this is not going to happen that way. And your mind will make up excuses as to why that reason won't happen that way. Then you start believing that. If you go with your gut,
then things just keep falling in place.
Because you can never really know what is going to happen. It's like, even like, we're living in borrowed life or borrowed air or whatever, because anytime in any moment, anything can happen. For the worse or for the better, anything can happen.
Are there any misconceptions that you normally get about yourself or about your career?
They say we're here for the girls. Number one. Number two, they call us crazy. Because we play multiple characters. And, they say, how is this person's crazy? Must be crazy. I've been called other things that people, I don't think they understand really. Is that, when acting, we're in character. That's not who I am in real life. I want actually people to understand that. When I'm in character, that's not who I am in real life. I'm just acting. I'm in character. I'm not a villain in real life. I'm not a villain in real life, man. That's just the character, that's what it demands. Because I've noticed that some people actually go beyond the borders of your acting. They actually now paint you as that person. You are that person that they saw on TV. You are that person. That's one of the misconceptions also that really, really happened a lot. They actually believe like which is good. It means we're doing our job very good. but at the same time, they're taking it too far. You know, this is supposed to be for entertainment. You know, not for any other reason. And another one, the misconception. Oh, they don't consider what we do as a real job. They don't consider it as a real job.
So you're like, apart from this, what else do you do?
You know? They say, that's a hobby or something, you know? Well, it's a real job, guys. You get money from this. You know? You earn from this, man. It's a real job. Just like you earn from where you work at. It's a real job. That's why we take it seriously. I think that's that's probably the most misconceptions I get.
If you could switch careers, what else would you rather do?
If I could switch careers?
If you could switch careers.
I'd want to be a pilot, actually. I've, I don't know why, but I just want to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. It's something actually I'm going to do as time goes on. You know, I'm actually going to go to like, what do you call it? Flight school or something? I'm going to go there and actually learn. Actually, I'll get my degree or whatever I have to get, license. It's something that, I don't want to fly commercial. Now I fly my own plane. I want to have a plane. Basically, big goals.
Interesting. Big goals. It will come to pass.
Big goals.
It will surely come to pass. That's this has been an amazing conversation.
Man.
This has been like one of the deepest, one of the realest, one of the rawest. Just straight from the heart, man.
Man. You know. Because I'm not pretending anymore. Like I have nothing to lose by being myself. Because myself is actually who I am. Why must I pretend to be something I'm not when you're just gonna forget about me, and then after you finish watching this video, you're gonna continue with your life. So why must I pretend? At least let me leave a mark, or let me help you if you are actually finding anything insightful from this. You know? Find something inspirational for my life or anything. Because that's just how it goes. I believe we're here to build each other. If I can help in any way, I'll do it.
I think this is just a final one, and then we'll give like a parting shot. What's that one thing that makes you? Do you call yourself a Swatini, like a proud Swatini, or what's that one thing that's at the core of Africa and at the heart of Africa in being an Eswatini?
Still women. Actually, I've been saying women a lot. People are gonna mistake. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean that. It's the culture. Our culture, it's still prominent even now. We are a very unique blend of modern and traditional lifestyle. You know, we are very modern, but we're very traditional, cultural. Culture is taught, you know, as we're kids. You know, respect. You know, respect is something that is taught in Swaziland as a kid. That's why certain things, as I move here, I notice it's not really here. You know, the setting and everything. In Swaziland, it's respect is number one. More than anything. There's certain ways you talk to elders. There's certain ways you talk to people. You know, every time you say something, you have to say please. If you don't say please, you don't actually, you know, take it as a real request. You gotta say please. Every time. That's how we were taught. Like respect is something that was embedded in us. You know? It's as a nation, I think we're the most respectful nation in the whole world, actually. You know, even South Africans say the same thing about us as Swazis. You know, we're very polite and respectful. You know, polite, respectful, and humble. But it doesn't mean we're not dangerous. You know, we can be dangerous if we want to. But it's just respect is something that's taught. And I think that's why we are a peaceful country. You know, for now, we're peaceful. Certain things are happening because of a certain situation that I don't want to speak about. But I think if the situation can be sorted, we can probably get back to the peace, because we were very peaceful before the situation started.
Amazing. They are like, apart from coming from the Reed festivals, are there things that you can always look forward to when you go to like Eswatini?
We have many festivals. The Reed festival was just one of them. We have the Bukanu festival that just happened last month. Bukanu festival is basically where, to put it simple, the king calls the whole nation and tourists and everybody in the whole world who wants to come and drink. Drink the marula fruit, because the marula fruit grows around that time, the season.
My goodness.
So what it does
is just go to drink.
Yeah, he brews alcohol. The women there, they go and they brew the alcohol, marula fruit, and it's just
guys get wasted. Yeah?
People get wasted. People get wasted to the point that they can't even walk. They lose identity of who they are. Because it's free alcohol and free food. And it happens that's when? On Friday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday, it's a holiday for you guys to sober up. And then Tuesday, go back to work. So we are very traditional. We have a lot of festivals and a lot of traditions that we do. So I think that's what really separates Eswatini from the rest. Our tourism. I guess our tourism is also pretty dope. Eswatini is just a mountainous country. Very, very mountainous. You get there and you see the views, the breathtaking.
And I see at times it gets pretty cold because I see
it gets
based
very,
on
very
the
cold.
outfit.
Because we have all the seasons, like we have winter. Winter's about to start in a couple of months. Because we're in April right now. So May, June starting. And it's gonna get really cold. Sometimes it snows. Like last year it's been snowing. Actually, last year it snowed. So I think it's gonna snow this time around. Gets really, really cold. Then in the summer, it gets really, really hot. It's just how it goes.
The seasons pretty much crazy. So do you look forward to like in the near future, apart from just going back home,
being a father,
establishing?
I want to be a proper father.
A lady from here or?
No, from home. I want to start a family, actually. I feel like I'm at that time when I want to start a family. And have... Actually, the problem is getting a wife. That's the problem.
But you have the Reed Festival. You just go parade, you're like...
Man, these women are not loyal, man. Like, hey, women these days. It's a problem.
Do you have an episode of our podcast we just break it down about...
I would say this. Our women back home, hey, they'll hate me for saying this, but you guys are not loyal. You'll understand. Hey, it's too much of this shit going on. Like, hey, it's too much, but that's the problem. Like, once you really get one that's not like that, you find the gem. You've really found the gem. But the problem, it's too much. I'd love to have a kid. But the thing is, she has to be ready to move.
Yeah, can just move. I have a friend who's in Eswatini. We actually met with him this week before I came. They've moved to Eswatini now, but Jim is a pastor there.
He's a pastor?
They've started a church those sides. I'll show you I'll share with you his details. He relocated. Like the chick was from here. They met on a mission. They've been there. I think now close to, more than 6 years or 7 years. They relocated there. They're just doing everything on that side.
I think I would get a Kenyan girl or a Tanzanian girl. I love the coastal girls.
The Tanzanian vibe will actually work for you because they are more or less into the Tanzania. They brand themselves as part of SADC and not. They pretty much associate with being from the south.
But you'll never know, man, because I don't even know what life is taking. But I would love to go to Nairobi, man. Like
you should, man.
Next thing. I want to work there, but the thing is, I can't go there without having something that actually is going to take me there. And make me stay there. Like if I had a show or maybe something to be busy with it.
We pray, man. We pray for all these pitches that are done for them to go through. Because you most definitely have to stay in them. Because I have to get a local guy. I have to get you because of the South African vibe. and also have to get a Ugandan. And like all the shows, like be it shorts, be it whatever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Definitely on pay on that, man.
Yeah, that I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I pretty much hope they approve. Yeah, in the coming weeks. Yeah. So that
I would love to go to Nairobi. I've been to Nairobi. Okay, when flying, I'm not even in Nairobi. I'm just a joke.
Yeah.
But I've been to Nairobi when now with the repatriation.
Yeah.
And we arrived there at night. Yeah, man, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city's beautiful.
Man, you should come back now at least. Even if it's for a couple of days. Maybe you can just plan. Yeah, like maybe like over a weekend, over 4 days. Just come do a bus. Come over there. We take a few rounds, 2-3 days, and you come back. Yeah.
I would actually like that.
Yeah.
Really, really like that.
Yeah. It will be good to at least see, experience, have a new view of life. Yeah. Like even my pal Joff, them they'd come. Yeah. So he came with a few other guys. Yeah. We went to Nairobi. Did Mombasa, then came back to Homa Bay, went to Kisumu, and then now they got back. Yeah. It will be really interesting to have that view of life.
Yeah, man. I want to get to Nairobi.
Yeah, and then there's even at one moment in life, I really thought I'd marry a chick from Eswatini, Yoga. You were tight with that chick. But now I think because of the commute and the culture, she ended up getting someone from that side. Yeah.
Because I think the thing is, most of the time the lady is supposed to move where the man is. Most of the time, not all of the time. Yeah. But some of the times, will you be willing to move there? If now things were really
I was, but now I was like, man, how do you even start? Because I was checking out the lifestyles and the things. It was. It was crazy. And then now for her to also come to this side, it could have been so crazy to be oriented and to do things. Yeah, so
to facilitate all that,
it was. And then I even had like a friend, because you were like,
by the way, I had a Kenyan girl. Yeah, but she was I met her, Yeah, she was quite cool. Yeah. I actually liked her quite a lot. She had a vibe that I liked. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, I think I would me and a Kenyan girl.
Yeah, you could.
Because I think now she's back in Kenya.
Yeah.
Or she's still here, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we met here.
Yeah.
And the rest was...
Kenya is a vibe. We should... Yeah, we'll do one of those trips. So I think we're pretty much ended. This has been an amazing one for Homa Bay Unplugged. Yes, this has been a banger. Actually, I don't know, I didn't even freestyle and just do something. We called Joff to do the drums, then you
I will come back to that
after we eat now. Yeah, for sure. So it's been amazing. Like, post, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. That this is why it always gets down at Homa Bay Unplugged. Till next time. Peace.